Welcome back to the final matchup of the day of the Play versus Fall 2020 High School Championship. It is the Mountain Region. Cibola High School versus Carlsbad High School, and this is our final series of the day. Tomorrow, I think we have about 3 or 4 more, but that means that we are almost done here. Brody, talk to me. Who do you think is going to be taking it in this matchup?
I've not a clue. We never know what to expect coming in this. These Rocket League games have just been insane, Sean.
Sure.
I'm kind of sad that they're ending a little bit earlier today for us, right? This is our 4th and final match of the day. But to answer your question, no idea who is going to win this, right? It's just going to be crazy, regardless of what happens. I know these for a fact. This is going to be a game 7. Right?
Absolutely.
No,
I think we're going 7. I really do. It's kind of how Rocket League gods have played with us today. So let's get into game 1. Let's see if that's actually the case. And here we go. Cibola High School, you're up to bat. What do you got for us on the table? On the other side, though, the Crusaders. This is your Mountain Region. This Carlsbad High School will be in blue. And we'll keep it going. I'm excited to see what both these teams can do on the field.
Crusaders looking for this. Orbit sends it to Orbit. Right off the start here. Cibola White, though. Momo gets the kill onto Orbit, or gets the demo, sorry. Onto Orbit.
A little Freudian. I like that.
Yeah, sorry.
Lego.
This is my Call of Duty slipping through.
Lego into the corner. There's a full name there. As Red Nose going to try to take it out. Back to midfield we go. Cibola White looking to circulate towards midfield. Uncontested, though. Down for a goal is Orbit. Essentially lives up to the name. Flies through the sky and finds the first goal for the Crusaders.
Lovely from Orbit. Look at this. Comes right between Momo and Piggy. Crusaders start this one strong. 1-0. 50 seconds is all it takes.
With how today's gone, we have seen a team score within 10 seconds, and then it was a stalemate at 1-1 for the majority of the game, so who honestly knows how this one might go. There's the cross. That's on target. Sent back to the sidewall. We'll keep it up from the corner. Coming back down with it. Dangerous one with that. The pinch there gives it right back to the offense. Crusaders putting some numbers here. There's one on net. Clout McDuffie. Great name. Into the corner we go. Lego takes out Orbit. And Red Nose going to try to stay up with it, but in contest, we go to back to midfield.
I love these names as well. And they're all Red Nose names. Yeah, I love these names. I'll take a second to say. These are all awesome names. Clout McDuffie. Like, you just say, it's a name, it's someone you'd name the main character of a CBS TV show. Like, it's so good, man. Clout McDuffie, we love that. We've got Lego. Someone obviously likes their Lego sets. I like you, Lego. You know you're of good quality. Variety of other names in the field. We love it. It's great. Been great so far. To see, I think the names, I mean, you mentioned it in the last match, right? I think the names across this entire tournament so far.
Sure.
It's just been so fun. Who am I sitting here with Infinity as the most boring name in the world? And you've got Clout McDuffie on the field. Why didn't I name myself that?
Because you're from Britain. And
I don't think that's exclusive to America, Sean.
It is. I checked. We had top men working on this, by the way. Orbit gets a second goal. No one else was there. The cross almost comes in, but still, 2-0 lead for Crusaders. And not much is orchestrated on the other side for Cibola White. They have been struggling to slow down the offense and kind of get second and third chance opportunities, second looks. There might be the first chance. That one almost a goal to make it 2-1.
Crusaders looking to hold on to this advantage. 2-0. They almost let it go for a moment. It's Cibola White. Looking good here on the offense. Lego looking for it. Going to pass down. Nobody there to receive. Momo goes for it. It is a good shot. Just a little bit wide. Piggy a little bit wide to the left this time. Cibola White, a couple of shots. None of them, though, going to convert. Crusaders now looking here to hold on to their advantage. They are actually being pushed back, and I think that's a pretty key thing to note here. They are being pushed back into their goal.
Yeah.
Cibola White are doing good, at least, to apply that pressure, but the Crusaders here doing a spectacular job of holding on to their lead.
They certainly are. 2 minutes to go. Still so much time to be played here, but you do wonder, Again, when's that first goal going to come through? 2-0 lead. The Crusaders now following in, trying to make it 3-0. A couple of bumps out. And they have it centered there as well. Back to midfield. We stretch this one towards the left sideline. Trying to cross in. We've burned about 30 so seconds. Cibola White doing their very best to score here, but it gets taken away each time they get up the field.
Again, Crusaders, they are doing a great job of the hold on at the moment. Cibola White, they are really trying to get into that goal line position. They've even put a couple of shots through here and there, but nothing successful thus far. Looking good.
Yeah.
Our Cibola White, at least on the defensive side, it's just those couple of goals, so damaging, right? When you're 2-0 down, you're just trying to get through. You can't get that final shot in that will do the job. It's so harsh. But here we go again. Lego going to try it. Nobody there to reach for it, and that's a problem. You need to have a player there to collect that ball. It would have been a good pass otherwise. A couple of misses in mid. And with 25 seconds left, time running out for Cibola White.
It is. And at this moment, in game one, you're desperately looking to get some life, right? Because it sets the tone for the rest of the series, and at least for now. 3 saves for Red Nose. And for the Crusaders, a 2-0 lead is going to be good enough. We'll kill this ball in midfield. They might, however, keep this one up. Off target, that's the goal you needed. It will not work regardless. 2-0 lead and a game 1 win for Crusaders. We'll take up an early lead.
Good stuff from the Crusaders. I mean, it was a couple of chances really that went their way. There wasn't that much in it, I feel, between the Crusaders and Cibola White.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, a couple of chances that really went their way. Cibola White, they really tried on the offense. They just couldn't get that final shot through. If they would have got that through, we'd have been looking at least a closer game. But again, really good on the Crusaders there. They were able to hold on to their advantage and, of course, get it in the first place, right? I mean, that's the first step in any game of Rocket League. You've got to score before you park the bus, as it were. But it is going to be the Crusaders starting this one 2-0. Game 1 is theirs.
Absolutely. Let's go into game 2, and let's see if the Crusaders can hold on to this lead and make it 2-0, or if we're going to be talking about a 1-1 series, Cibola White looking to bounce back.
Well, Cibola White. Let's see if they can bounce back into this one. Of course, 2-0 down. It wasn't a massive disadvantage in game number 1. So we shall see whether or not game number 2 is going to be much the same again. I mean, if they show promise, I think that's the key thing. It's just getting these finishes down that really is the big problem for Cibola White at the moment. The ball does go to the blue half. Orbit trying to carry it out though. Clark McDuffie looks to come in from behind. Gets passed over to Linux. And this is the shot. Links there, ready for it. It's a great goal. Clark McDuffie just brings it down. You're going to see that again here. It's unfortunate for Lego that touch wasn't the best because Lynx is able to work off that.
No one able to circle back in. 1-0 lead, 4:20 to play here in game number 2. And off to a good start, the Crusaders. And Brody, should they go up 2-0, again, it's never a count-out Cibola White type of situation, but it is a question of, you know, are we looking at a quick series here? Are we looking at a potential, you know, 2-0, 3-0 lead in which you're knocking on series door? But for now, you just have to find a way to score. And I know that sounds really, really easy to say, but once you get their first goal on the board in the series, the weight gets lifted and you get a chance to really start to play Rocket League.
Yep, agreed. You really just need to get that first goal and maybe then the floodgates will open. But for now, it's just this big problem, this mental fortress which they cannot get past. The Crusaders have got past that fortress, of course, having scored 3 times in this series thus far. Cibola White, they just need 1 goal and it'll be a start for them. So now the ball inside the orange half once again. Lynx comes up to meet it. Clout going to take it away from the defender. That will surely give this one to Orbit, looking for the 50. Goes for a late hit on the challenge. Goes the way of Cibola White. Now in a threat here are the Crusaders. This ball just got to come in for a moment. Unfortunately misses that one. That means it's going to land at the feet of Carl McDuffie here, actually, as Piggy going to carry the ball across the goal. And again, it's Cibola White. I mean, there is promise, there's potential in all of these offensive pushes. It's just the cohesion, I think, that is missing. Getting that final touch in is just not there at the moment.
Absolutely. You're running out of time here in game one, and the aggression continues. That is a little bit off target. Follow-up shot will be good. There's the goal from Orbit. 2-0 lead. And that means that at this moment, Cibola White, again, have yet to score in this series so far. I believe we end a game with a 2-0 win. Still plenty of time, sure, but you desperately, desperately need to rewrite your position in midfield. You need to stall them out and find a way to just kind of slow the pace of the Crusaders. It hasn't been a blowout, but they have controlled the way that they play through your half. And for Cibola White, you got to find a way to at least give them a run for their money.
Absolutely. Cibola White, they need to find something at the moment. Crusaders, again, they are having the same scoreline they did in game number 1 at the moment. They're just walking away with it. And there's number 3, Orbit. Perfectly played. Gets it over the first in the mid. The second isn't much of a problem either. And look at this. Good try from Piggy, but the stagnant positioning, it enables Orbit to read the play before it even happens. And the Crusaders find number 3 with ease.
I'll bring this one back down. And sometimes you just see one or two players stand out. In this matchup, it will be Orbit. In the last one, it was Skyrex. Earlier, we had Vostinator and Vigil. But for now, Orbit is just on a different level at the moment. There's the cross, big save in the net. And that's when double committing really helps out. 3 goals to nothing. Would love for that G2 logo to translate into some G2 type skill at the moment. Use that recovery play would be so perfect, but with only about 80 or so seconds left in game number 2. We're getting to that point where you're starting to see the divide between these two teams. You're starting to see the moment where one team can figure out how to play through the field and how to score, and the other team is just struggling to slow them down.
60 seconds left on the clock in this one, thereabouts. Cibola White, they have just been unable to crack the defense of the Crusaders, and realistically speaking, that just comes down to the fact that they as a team are not all that cohesive at the moment. Their mechanical skill is there, and that much is true, but your mechanical skill can only get you so far when your game sense roster isn't up to snuff. And good example again, right? I mean, Momo should be going up for that shot at that point. It just gives the Crusaders a little bit too much time to defend the ball. And 35 seconds, that's another 25 that have passed here without Cibola White making any efforts. This done is done.
Yep. 30 seconds to go, Brody. I think we can now start talking about game number 3. A lot of it comes down to just, it's difficult, right? Because one team is clearly just feeling the comfort on the field. They're feeling like they're connecting on their shots and they just have a way. And the other team is struggling. Finally, the bump comes out. Momo will score. But it's definitely been a bit of a struggle. And they find their first goal of the series. Maybe this is the linchpin. Maybe this is the thing that'll get them back in the series. But at the moment, at least, you had to stop the bleeding. I will take a 3-1 scoreline if I am Cibola White.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's that first move. I think that was what they were missing, right? It's just that the first goal that they just couldn't get. And now they finally have it. So, Sean, some effort being made here from Cibola White. That's going to be positives going into game number 3. But game 2 is the Crusaders once again. Orbit, for me, still the MVP. And there's a reason he's at the front of the pack there with 512 points. 2 shots, 2 goals, a couple of saves to go with. The Crusaders walk away. But not only was it Orbit, it was a team effort from them. And
you're looking at 11 shots on the other side of the field. 11 shots to what, like 6? So they've taken, and it didn't even really seem like they took that many high-quality shots, but they took 11 shots. They just weren't able to find anything. A lot of it was thanks to the defense of the Crusaders, who are up 2-0 now. But, that's impressive. 11 shots to like 6, and they drop it, unfortunately, 3-1. Now, let's get into game number 3. And the Crusaders are up 2-0 in the series, Brody, which meaning this one is important. This is, you win this if you're Crusaders, this series is wrapped. If you go and you come back, Cibola White have a chance now, but they have to win this game.
Yep, agreed. We'll see how it goes now as we jump into what could be our final game of the day. Not final game, I'm getting ahead of myself here. It's looking through the third game of this series. English is even escaping me at the moment, Sean. I am so sorry. I'm letting you down.
It happens to both of us. I mean, like, I've spoken in different riddles and tongues today. I'm not worried.
Oh, well, that's a good start for Momo. We said that Cibola White wanted to open the floodgates like this, and they do it very, very well here in game number 3. Cibola White, they score first here in the 3rd game between them and the Crusaders.
Sometimes the hardest goal to score is the first one. I've said it 30,000 times. I'm going to keep saying it because, again, it is important to remember. And we'll see if they're able to continue to do so. There's pressure mounting into the orange half from boys in blue. Crusaders looking for their first goal. First time they've been behind. Momo going to take that off the sidewall, make it 2-0. So Cibola White, all of a sudden, maybe that first goal that they got last game, yes, they lost 3-1. Maybe that was the key factor here. They look much more comfortable on the rotations, and they're starting to strike from midfield.
22 seconds, and Cibola White have scored more goals than they have in games number 1 and 2 combined. So very well played here from Cibola White. As they now have number 2. Number 3? What? Where is this Cibola White gone? Where has it come from? What is this?
Well, Momo has scored all 3 goals, so, I mean, we were talking about Orbit. Now we have to talk about Momo. It's the G2 logo. What did I tell you? It's the G2 decal. I said he would love for that to translate to some skill. And what happened? All of a sudden, it's 3-0 lead. And my goodness. Well, I think the good news, the really good news is if you're Crusaders, 1, you're up 2-0. 2, it's only, at the moment, 1 player popping off for Cibola, and you have plenty of time to try to bring this game back. But my God, Momo has gone off the deep end in the best possible way and has scored 3 unanswered and uncontested goals off the start. Cibola White feeling very good.
Momo is 3 for 3 in this game. And I am hoping for Cibola White's sake that they don't end up losing this one, because that would be quite something. Oh, I really should stop speaking, shouldn't I? Sean Lynx just brings it in.
Why do you use your face? What's wrong with you?
I don't even know. I'm so sorry, Cibola White. As Lynx brings it down from up top, the Crusaders, they find number 1. But Cibola White, they have a comfortable lead here. 3-1. They're not going to be too stressed about one of those goals being answered.
Yeah. And again, if any other situation, we would probably be saying, okay, just hold on to the lead. But seeing what we saw for the Crusaders, Momo has to continue to be an X factor. But the Crusaders, I mean, plenty of time. There's a follow-up shot. Almost made it 4-1. And we take it out to midfield. Red Nose going to take out 1 as well. Momo going to come in for the challenge. Putting a boost to be able to burn on this play. Coming back down to meet it. Won't get there in time. 50 win by Cibola White, excuse me. They keep putting numbers towards this midfield attack. We'll circle back into the play. And after what seemed like a minute of nothing but goals from both teams, things have slowed down.
Great stuff here from Cibola White in this game. Oh my God, Lynx just explodes with a very, very long shot all the way from the other end of the field. Not a single player from Cibola White is there.
Yep.
Too aggressive for Cibola White. Look, I know you've scored 3 goals, but guys, do not get overzealous now.
Yeah, don't make small mistakes. Don't keep this like you did when it was 2-0, 2-0. Don't make small rotational mistakes. Don't make those errors. That's obviously just comes with communication. Make sure you have someone back at all times, and then if you want to push as a team, communicate it out and be prepared for the consequences if it doesn't go the right way, but still. 3-2. Plenty of time here. Almost 3 minutes to play. You've reached about halfway mark of game number 3. Crusaders currently up 2-0 in the series. Cibola White knocking on the door of making it 2-1 thanks to Momo's 3 goals in a minute at the start of this game. That one will ricochet around, back down. Orbit can't get there in time. We go back to the blue half into the corner. Set it out to midfield. There's a shot. And saved away. Red Nose Lynx with the epic save as well.
Red Nose Lynx has done everything for the Crusaders so far in this game. Both goals have been theirs. And that save, of course, means that they are still close to matching the scoreline that Cibola White have brought to this game within the first 30 seconds or so. Momo getting that demo means we might see number 4 soon. That's maybe not the best play from Lego. Brings it back towards Piggy. Of course, they're lucky, though, because it does get away from the orange half eventually. Orbit looking for a clear. Plays with the ball a little bit too much. Clark McDuffie does get it away. And now maybe this could be it. Clark McDuffie looking to get it past a couple of defenders. Good stuff from Lego to make sure you don't mess that one up. Cibola White able to get this ball away. 90 seconds to survive. Can they do it?
Looks like they might. Here's a shot. Saved. Denied into the side. We go to the corner. Challenge won by the Crusaders. Red Nose has to get there for the challenge. He will. That one's on net, and the 50 win. The 50 win of all 50s goes his way. It was a 1v2 into this 50, and he gets the right angle, and I think that Cibola White, instead, it looked like the player pushed that to the side of the wall, and yes, it's a bang-bang play, so we can't comment too much on it, but maybe if you just try to push that ball back upfield rather than just trying to play it through the side of the wall, that goal probably doesn't go in.
Cibola White. What a tragedy, man. I mean, they started this so strongly. We're 3-0 beginning. The Crusaders have just come back into this one. It's all links as well, which is hilarious. He's got every single goal, much like Momo did for Cibola White. Now the Crusaders, 50 seconds to maybe find that fourth and complete the ultimate comeback in this one. Cibola White, though, still have potential to get fourth of their own, so let's not write them out of this story just yet. There's a shot. Orbit. Going to make sure it keeps away from the goal for now, and now some space opened up. Two players for Cibola White, both go for it. Nobody there to receive, though. Orbit. It's going to be the long shot from outfield. Clark McDuffie scores it. And a dramatic turn of events here. Cibola White, all the promise that they had in the first 30 to 45 seconds. It's gone in the latter 4 minutes of this game. 26 seconds remain on the clock, and the Crusaders, they are ahead.
They just had to kind of slow down Momo off the start. Oh, the cross doesn't work. Here comes a follow-up shot. Orbit going to slow it down. Had to slow down Momo off the start. They do so, and they score 4 unanswered goals. 13 seconds left. Momo going to keep it up. Is anyone else there to cross? No, it's up. It's up. It's ricocheting around, and 2 players whiff on the ball. The follow-up won't work. That is absolutely detrimental. That was the chance to tie this game up. Both players whiff on an open net, and oh no. It's 3-0. The Crusaders in the driver's seat, and with that, I mean, you talk about giving away an opportunity. This might be the series. We go into game 4 now, and it might be 4-0. I think this one's done.
The mental hit you take, the mental hit you take there from Momo to start so strongly, and Cibola White will be so happy with that. I mean, what, 3-0 up? They'll be ecstatic. They're like, yeah, this is the best we've performed in this series thus far. This could be the opportunity for us to bounce back. And then game 3 happens like that. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for sure for Cibola White, but they can still come back in this one. They need a mental reset. Big, though. They need a big mental reset. That is for sure. Yep.
Well, let's see if they can do it. Game 4, here we come. This could be the final game of the series of day number 3 of the Play versus Fall 2020 High School Championship. Tomorrow, of course, we got, I believe, 3 or 4 more matches, but still, the winner of this, well, at the moment, it feels like it very well might be the Crusaders, but the winner of this represents the Mountain Region. Both these teams are finalists. That one ricochets down, and it's saved out the last possible moment. But the winner of this represents the Mountain Region as champions. And my God, the Crusaders are knocking on that door ever so slightly, as each and every time they get the ball in the orange half, it feels like they're going to score.
Cibola White looking to come back into this one. It was a good attempt from Piggy. It was a bit of a slow one, though. If that went in, I would have been surprised. So now they've got to get it out their half. And I think the key thing is, where Cibola White have been successful in the past, it's been these early goals, right? They need to get something going right now, but they also need to make sure they don't let Crusaders in for a goal of their own. That's sort of where Cibola White have struggled in the past. Hey, maybe this could be it. Clark McDuffie says no. Looking for a goal off the back of this. Nice little pinch from Cibola White to get that away.
This one comes back out. Momo. Let's save that one away. And they'll keep it up. I'd love to see him step up as well when the moment calls upon his skill. He certainly showed it in the start of that last game, but now Again, 1 minute gone so far here in this game. You only got 2 or 3 more to give before you start to wonder where the goal's going to come in and which way will they go. Back down to the ground. Taken out by Orbit. So we're getting to the ball much quicker for Cibola, but just, struggling to find that second and third extension as a team. Not a lot of infield passing just yet. The cross comes out. Back down to midfield we go. Again, another minute burned off this clock. As there is a shot opportunity, but no one's going to score.
2 minutes 55 here on the clock for Cibola White and the Crusaders. Somebody's got to give up eventually, right? I mean, that's just the key thing. Somebody has to give at some point in this one. Cibola White looking to come down for that one. Not to be. Crusaders looking to push forward for Cibola White. Good clear. Orbit now pushes this ball in. Cibola White putting it into the blue half. This could be it. Great clear, though, from the Lynx. There goes, still knocking at the door. Crusaders still having to deal with the threat that is Cibola White. Good demos here coming in. Oh, Momo misses it. That's so unfortunate.
Isn't able to control their
boost. Yeah,
Momo should have just gone for the demo instead of trying to play that ball in the air. Just go for the demo and take the guy off the ball. It leaves way to an open lane for your rotating defender to come in and try to get a chance at the net.
But even so, right, I mean, you can still score that from the shot. You just have to hit the shot. That's the key thing, yeah. You're absolutely right there, Sean. There are a couple of things you can do there. Momo does neither. And Cibola White could be 1-0 up right now.
Minute 40. We're running out of time here in game number 4. Who will score first? Cibola White have a bunch of chances now. They've kept this ball in the blue half, and this is looking good for their chances as Orbit will send it back out to midfield. Connected with, that's a great shot. A little bit off target, almost thought we had a own goal for a moment. Crossing in. That one, dangerous as it might be. Cloud to the side. And Clout McDuffie will find the first goal for Crusaders and what could be the nail in the coffin.
It's passed in from Lynx all the way from the left. It's an unfortunate touch there, I believe, by Piggy to pass it over to Clout. It was a good try to make sure that that ball doesn't go to the Crusaders. Unfortunately, exactly what they were trying to prevent happens, and the Crusaders now have a 1-goal lead with 1 minute 11 left on the clock for Cibola to survive this game, to try and save it in game number 4. If not, the Crusaders are your Mountain Region champions for the Play versus Fall 2020 Rocket League Championship. A good attempt from Orbit. That would have been the dagger.
Would have been. So close. You feel like, again, we're reaching towards that point with 40 seconds to go, man. Feels like the door is slowly closing. Second shot, almost there. Couple of scuffles out in front of this ball. You got to get it out. There's a great clear. Now here's your chance. You need to tie up the game with this swing. Lego keeping it up. It comes back down sharply, but a great defensive effort. Try to take it away. 25 seconds in the 50 win. That might be it.
Could be it. 20 seconds left on this one. Crusaders, it's all they have to survive. Lego trying to mount an offense here. Does get it past one. Looking for a second as well. Oh, comes across to the mid. Crusaders, they get enough of a touch on it, though, that it's not threatening anymore. And all they need to do is just keep this ball away from their goal. But there is another chance. Carl McDuffie brings it to the air. Will it touch the ground? Momo tries to keep it up. Lego now attempting to keep it up. But is there anyone there to receive? Momo has it on the bonnet of the car. Great demo from Clout, but it isn't still touching the ground. Lego has an opportunity. Orbit going high, though. This is surely going to dead the ball, and it will. The Crusaders say GG in the chat as they are your Mountain Region champions. Congratulations to them here in the Play versus Fall 2020 High School Championship for Rocket League. A really well played offense there throughout the entirety of the event. Congratulations to them.
Absolutely. Well played all around. 4-0 win for the Crusaders. Congratulations to Carlsbad High School. They are your representatives and finalist winners in the Mountain Region. And that means that, well, Brody, we have made our way through 4 best of 7s today. We have made our way through, oh, God, looking back, we had, what was it? Best 7 games and then 4-1, I believe 4-1. And after that, 4-0. So it's been a long day of Rocket League, but a good one. We saw a lot of differences in a lot of these team styles on the field, but one thing that remained consistent was one or two players always stepping up to carry the load. Final thoughts, closing thoughts here today before we send it out, and we see everyone tomorrow.
Honestly, I'm so happy to see some great Rocket League, right? I'm really impressed, right? I should say, I'm expressed. I'm really impressed with what we've seen from all of the Rocket League across the first 3 days of play. Especially today, though, we've seen some great play out from a number of these teams. So if you're, in these high school championships and you're a Rocket League player and you're making these plays, you should be proud of yourself. You're doing extremely well. You're impressing us here on the casting desk. I'm sure that's not your main priority, but nonetheless, it's a nice little side note to add. So congratulations to all the teams here that managed to win their respective regions.
Yeah, absolutely. We tip our hats to them, and thank you again to all the players for showing up and showing us that the future of the CRL is bright, and there's a lot of high school talent out there that still needs to be scouted, but that does it for us. There was 4 best of 7s. We made our way through all 4 in pretty record time, and we got to see a lot of amazing action for all of these players. Again, we went through Arkansas, Georgia, Texas, and the Mountain region. Coming up tomorrow, we have Eastern, Central, and Pacific, and that does it for us now. We will see you guys tomorrow for the final 3 matches of the day, and that means we will conclude our Play versus Fall 2020 High School Rocket League Championship tomorrow. Have a good night. We'll see you then.